What are some NSFW life advice everyone should know? Men. Fondle your eggs now and again. Make sure there's no unusual lumps or pain. If there is, do not put it off. Get that poop checked out. Source: testicular cancer survivor. Water is the opposite of lube. Soap makes it sting when you pee. If you have difficulty discussing what kinks you're into or are going to be embarrassed if you suspect your partner won't be into the same things you are, there are several kink tests you and your partner can take. You both take the test separately and only see what you match on. Find one that is as detailed as you need and that has safeguards against spamming everything to see what the other person is into. You can break your pee-pee. Be careful when you're gal on top. Invest in your hanky-panky toys. Don't cheap out. Go for silicone, glass, or another non-porous material. Don't stick fingers up your lady if you've been cooking with peppers. If you want to last longer in bed, men, relax your glutes and quads when you feel like you're going to special goo and you'll have a much better chance of not doing that and lasting longer. You can notice the next time you're about to special goo how tense your legs and glutes are. This has helped me immensely in bed. If you think anyone you're sharing a room with won't notice you getting with your partner, you are wrong. They are always awake. Always. It's slower than you think. $10 worth of condoms is cheaper than 18 years of child support. If you go on a road trip, even a short one, bring toilet paper. When you've got to poop, you've got to poop. Read the bed, not the room in this case. Comma if she's digging it, don't change that. Don't try to do whatever you're doing better. Don't try other things. If it works for her, just go with it. If you're not sure, don't be afraid to ask. That being said, ladies, if a guy asks if he's doing good, don't save his feelings. Let him know it's not enjoyable and to try something else. Tell him what he should do. The moment you'll figure out a happy medium, you'll be in the bedroom more than any other room. Don't stand on chairs with wheels. Use cold water to wash special goo out of hair, etc. Hot water denatures the proteins and makes it super sticky. Thread carefully when it slips out. An unexpected arrival in the other hole is traumatic. Don't let your partner slam down onto your pee-pee after it slips out. You will break your dick. Never go from anal to vaginal or oral. That's a one-way street. Don't have hanky-panky on a beach. Sand gets in places where you would never want sand. The clit isn't a speed bag. Also, changing position is a good way to not blow your load while giving yourself a chance to calm down without it being obvious. Wash your belly button, you dirty animal. Trim your nails. Don't just trim, sand those rough edges down with the emery board file attachment. Freshly cut nails can do as much if not more damage than longer, well kept nails. Edit, as has been pointed out, down thread. You can also use denim to smooth and buff any burrs. Edit 2. 8 years on this site and this is now my highest rated comment by far. Thanks Reddit. Lube up. Especially for anal. Always have a safe word. Edit, this blow up. Thanks for the upvotes. Don't jerk off with shampoo. It'll feel good for a second. Until it gets inside your pisser. This isn't really NSFW, but wash your genitals every day. Don't underestimate yourself. Make sure you're always taken care of. Clean cut nails and hair. Deodorant. Cologne, perfume. And brush your teeth before a date. Minty fresh breath works wonders. For my straight dudes out there, Using toys with and on your partners doesn't make you less of man. You are not in competition with her vibrators. They are tools to bring her to orgasm efficiently and without giving you or her RSI. Batman has a tool for all occasions. Be like Batman. Get tested for STIs. Don't take your partner's word for it that they're healthy. Edit to change clean to healthy. Pee after you have sex. Never skip on it. Use condoms on your insitables hanky-panky toys. Easier cleanup and protecting your body from the toxic not great stuff and mainstream toys. Ever wonder why they say novelty use only? Because many cheap out on ingredients and that poop can mess you up. Even better. Use your expired condoms since it's less important if they don't function at 100%, and then you aren't throwing them out unused. If they aren't legally allowed to consent, leave them alone. Guys, try some condoms of different sizes on to see what fits best. Magnums and such are not just for length but also girth. If you have trouble maintaining an erection in condoms, they could just be too tight small. Clench your butt cheeks to make an untimely or inconvenient boner go down quickly. Never get special goo in your eye. It feels like stabbing your eye with hot knives. Edit to my sons if they read this comment. I warned you. Peruse my profile at your own risk. Also, this is sage advice. You're welcome. Always, and I mean always, masturbate before making a big decision. Post-bit clarity can go a long way in keeping you from doing something stupid. Big PP does not mean better sex. A lot of times people with smaller penises are more willing to go above and beyond. Guys, get the girl off first. Everything is juicier afterwards. And she will appreciate your skill and thoughtfulness. Make it all about her. And she will probably reciprocate fully. Don't put your finger anywhere you'd be afraid to put your PP. Heard that one a lot in the army. You should always carry a condom or two in your wallet, purse, pocket, etc. Aside from the obvious reasons of preventing pregnancy, STDs, etc. If SHTF, they're invaluable. Because in a survival situation a condom is perhaps one of the most versatile things in existence. They can be used to store and carry water. As much as a full liter. Light one on fire and it will burn hot enough to ignite wet wood, just don't breathe the fumes. You can use one instead of cordage to tie things up. Just stretch out and tie a knot. Put your hand in and you have an instant sanitary glove. Put over your foot under the sock to protect blisters or keep a cut from being exposed to the elements. Blow up and use as a float for a fishing hook. Use as a makeshift tourniquet. Put one over your phone or camera or flares or anything else you don't want to get wet. The list goes on. And they're cheap. I've learned to ask the women I end up in bed with what they like. Or just tell them to guide you when you start playing. 1. It shows her you care and so far none of them were turned off by that. 2. It lets her finish. 3. Peer off it. Edit, wow this blew up. I don't mean guide me as in take charge. Just direct me a bit. A bit to the left right. I try to read how she reacts to the things I do but I don't know what feels good or not. Everyone is different. How someone kisses and touches you is probably how they want you to touch them. Someone nibble your ear? They almost certainly want you to nibble theirs. If you don't know what to say for dirty talk during sex, follow this formula until you feel comfortable improvising. Say what you're going to do. I'm going to frick you so hard I'm gonna ride that PP like it's Disneyland. Say what you're doing. I'm fricking you so hard I'm riding this PP like it's the pony I always wanted. Say what you just did. I just fricked you so hard I just rode that PP like it was the last train out of town or whatever floats your boat. Also, men making noise is hot. Please. Moan and groan when we do things you like. It's sexy and helps us figure out which techniques work best on ya. Shower before you have sex. Tiny particles, like glitter, machine owls, and metal slivers, picked up from work can travel to your genitals through your cloths. Source: my partner works in a factory working with metals. And I found the metal bit the hard way. Bleeding off cycle is quite the mood dampener. Least I didn't get a toxic shock reaction. Shut the frick up and lawyer up. Your words will be used against you. As a guy, if you got any insecurities, dick size, special goo too fast, performance anxiety, just know, a good pussy eating can make up for essentially all of that. If you're using your hand to get her off, curl your fingers along the roof of her insides. But be sure your fingernails are trimmed. Do the hanky panky sometimes. Antibiotics can counteract your birth control and cause you to end up pregnant. Not sure if anyone else mentioned, but I think it's important to say. Edit: this is not necessarily true for all antibiotics. It's specifically true for the drug rifampin, also known as Rifadin and Ramectane. It can affect not just the pill but other forms such as the ring and poop too. There is no fair fight in a street fight. Kick him in the nuts. Use your keys as improvised brass knuckles. Use your surroundings as weapons, bottle, rock, pet hedgehog, etc. You never know who you're going up against in a fight against someone you don't know. So use all your resources. Wear a hard hat and other PPE. From experience, wait. The first person I had hanky panky with hasn't talked to me in 3 years. And for good reason. We were stupid sophomores in high school and we didn't need hanky panky in our relationship. I'd recommend waiting for someone you trust. And sometime when both of you are ready for it. From my brain, wear a freaking condom, boys. Even if she says she prefers without it. There's condoms out there designed to make hanky panky feel good for both of you. And help protect you both from STDs and unwanted pregnancy. Seriously. Wear a freaking condom. If you end up in an altercation, try not to get caught throwing haymakers with them. If you can avoid it. Best case scenario. Try work them around in a circle, preferably moving away from the hand they want to use most, then get a hold of their shirt in the region of their dominant shoulder collar. Pull down hard and keep hold. Get them off balance with the pull and start chucking knucks where their neck meets their shoulders and right in the facial area. Try not to hit their skull. The more pain you can inflict early and often, the more likely you are to end it fast. Edit: I do not condone violence and I do not take responsibility for your dumbass actions. If you can run away, run away. This whole thing is about self-preservation. Edit 2. Now that this has gotten a couple of upvotes, I want to emphasize that nobody should fight another person if they can avoid doing so. There are always consequences to actions and you need to be willing to accept whatever comes after an altercation. Additionally, please keep in mind that self-defense must be both necessary and in equal measure to a threat. You can't claim self-defense after agdulling some person. That's not how it works in most states' countries. Know that you can have an amazing hanky-panky session while your partner has the opposite experience. So listen to their body and don't be self-serving during sex. Verbally communicate your likes and dislikes in bed outside of the hanky-panky session. Use contraceptives as much as possible, condom and birth control, if you have no plans in having a child yet. Men. Rule 1: don't stick your pee-pee in crazy. Women. Rule 1: don't let crazy stick it stuck in you. Don't try to learn from porn. Most of what they do doesn't actually feel good and is more about putting on a show. Edit: since this got decent attention, I just want to add, for anyone saying this is why I prefer amateur, don't ever use Pornhub. They have no way to verify age or consent for their videos, so there's a decent chance someone you're watching is either a minor involved in hanky-panky trafficking, or the video was uploaded without permission. Two-part advice related to each other. Do not ever feel like you have to perform any sexual act that you are uncomfortable with just because a person is pressuring you. If it's an anxiety you feel comfortable working through with that person, that's fine and requires lots of good communication. But do not budge if it's something that you are against. More importantly, do not be a partner who pressures your significant other into a sexual act that they are uncomfortable with. If you want to communicate with them, find out why they are uncomfortable and work through it together. Then good. But do not pressure someone. Enthusiastic consent is key for sex. Whether it's a one-night stand or a long-term monogamous non-monogamous relationship. This advice goes regardless of the gender dynamic. I know men who've pressured women. Women who've pressured men. Same gender couples who go through this. Etc. Don't think that because you're different you can't fall into this. Be a good partner.
Hi there. Look, if you enjoyed the video, well, why not go ahead and hit that like and subscribe to Reddit Stories. In fact, if you want to see even more responses to this thread, well then, take a look. There's the link in the description below. And remember, show some love to those authors while you're there. And I look forward to seeing you next time.